Thank you for tuning into my videos. To support the channel and unlock exclusive perks, you can join us on YouTube channel membership and Patreon. Follow the links in the video description below. Select your level of support and help keep the content coming. This channel exists because of the support we have from fans just like you. Thanks and enjoy the video. Right, welcome to another episode of Warhammer 40,000. It is Challenger Scorpion, 2,000 points, Thousand Suns Chaos Space Marines versus Genestealer Cults. So I don't think we've seen this combination on the channel before. So certainly a challenge for the Genestealer Cults to take on Magnus the Red. It's the refreshed, revamped Thousand Suns army will be taking on the Genestealer Cults in this game. So for the Thousand Suns, we'll go through them first of all. Obviously Magnus the Red there in the middle, 465 points currently for him. Running two Exalted Sorcerers across here as well. They're taking the Hand Flamers and then the Psychic Staves for those. Then Rubric Marines, two squads of 10, fully loaded out with the Warp Flamers, Warp Flame Pistol, on the Aspiring Sorcerer. There is also an Icon of Flame in each of those squads as well, and then finally a Soul Reaper Cannon in each of those squads also. Two squads of 10 Zangors with the Auto Pistols and Chainswords. Then two squads of Terminators, one squad's over here, one squad across the other side, both equipped the same. The Aspiring Sorcerer with the Stave, there's Hellfire Missile Rack in each squad, a Soul Reaper Cannon, and then the ones carrying swords there, Proserpine Capesh swords, and then the Combi Bolters being taken on those models as well. Two squads of 5, one squad, second squad across here. Two squads of Chaos Cultists, using the Tzeentch Acolyte models from Age of Sigmar, two squads of 10, and then finally two Mauler Fiends here, taking the Mauler Fiend Fists and going for the Lasher Tendrils on them as well. So that's the list for the Thousand Suns. We have Commander and Sub-Commander allocated. That's Phoenix Lord goes as the Commander, and then we have an Autarch as a Sub-Commander first and second in command. So Chaos Demon player, Darth Windu will be the Army Commander. I'm going to put him onto Magnus the Red, obviously here for this game. And then Alexander Stillwar, one of the Autarchs, will go onto the Exalted Sorcerers, this one across here. He'll be second in command for this battle. So that's the list for the Thousand Suns. For extra content, do join us on YouTube channel membership, where you can access bonus content, including battle reports, and it really does help support the channel. Links for that below, or you can go to channel homepage and hit the join button. You can support us through membership, also through Patreon as well. So check out the different options. Any support coming through is greatly appreciated, and we're running the 300 campaign, currently recruiting another 300 supporters on the channel, about a third of the way there. So do join us if you can. It really does help us keep the content coming through. So that's the list for the Thousand Suns. We'll take a look at the Genestealer Cults next. So 2,000 points of Genestealer Cults. As it's going to be JP running these here. He's one of the channel members. He plays Genestealer Cults, and you may recognise this army. It was formerly Tom Covier's on the channel, but JP has acquired it here, and he's going to use it in this game against the Thousand Suns Chaos Space Marines. So we will let JP run through what he has in his list.
Okay, so this is 2,000 points of Genestealer Cults using the Biosantic Brood Surge detachment. So starting at the front, so we have an Abominant, we have a Benefictus, we have a Biophagus, we have a Jackal Alphas.
Just up here, yeah.
We have a Locust.
And these are just substitute stand-in models for those,
for now. We have a Patriarch, a Primus, a Redactus Saboteur, a Sanctus with a Biodagger. Next we have 10 Acolyte Hybrids with heavy weapons, a Cult Icon. Next we have 20 Neophyte Hybrids with hybrid firearms, 2 mining lasers, 2 seismic cannons and 2 Webbers. Next we have 10 Neophyte Hybrids with nothing, just the basic hybrid firearms. Then we have 10 Aberrants, a second unit of 10 Aberrants, an Achilles Ridge Runner. We have 5 Atlan Jackals, a Goliath Rockgrinder, and 10 pure strain Genestealers.
All right, okay. Any enhancements?
Yeah, so enhancements, we've got mutagenic regeneration on the Abominant. This guy, yeah.
Yeah.
We have the predatory instincts on the Biophagus, which will give him and his unit infiltrate.
Okay.
We also have the biomorph adaptation, which improves the close combat attacks of the Patriarch.
Right. This one?
Yep.
Okay. I think Genestealer Cults break the record for characters. There's so many of them. But each, they're pretty good though when they're added to units. So JP can allocate those when we come to deployment. But that's the list here for the Genestealer Cults. A challenge here to see if they can bring down Magnus the Red. We'll take a look at scenario and deployment next. Who would be the warlord out of all of these? There's so many to choose from.
Yeah, it actually has to be.
Would it really? Oh, right.
Yeah.
Oh, interesting. Okay. So that would be Amy Elmo, one of the Phoenix Lords, commander allocated for her, and then sub-commander, a second in command if he goes down. Who would then run the show?
Will be the Primus, I think. This model.
This one here? Right, okay. And that's going to be Ben Harris here, one of the Autarchs on the channel. We'll take a look at scenario and deployment next. Alright, so we have a mission. Deployment zone is Crucible of Battle. The primary mission is Linchpin, and the mission rule is Fog of War. So Crucible of Battle is playing diagonally. There's 5 objectives on the board. The red dice marking the deployment zone for the Thousand Suns, and then the purple Genestealer Cult dice marking the deployment zone for the Genestealer Cults. 5 objectives on the board, as per usual, 1 dead centre. There's 2 others in no man's land, 1 here on the right-hand side for the Thousand Suns, just here. It's up on top of these containers will play that you can measure from any level. You're still going to count as being within 3 inches. So the height difference isn't going to affect the control of that objective. And then the other one is, I think, the other side. It's just there. Okay, and then there's 1 home objective each. 1 here in this ruin for the Thousand Suns, and then 1 just at the foot of that building across there for the Genestealer Cults. Fog of War, the mission rule, just applies on turn 1. Units get the benefit of cover, and you can't use core stratagems such as command rerolls and so on. So for Linchpin, quite straightforward. Turn 2 onwards. If you don't control your home objective, so if the Thousand Suns don't control this, turn 2 onwards, you get 3 victory points for each other objective that you control on the board. If you do control your home objective, and it's quite important that you do that in the game, then you're able to pick up 3 points for the home objective and then 5 points for each other objective that you control on the board. That's turn 2 onwards. So that's the mission. Both of us are going to go for the random draw on secondaries. And then just to clarify terrain, there's a fair bit going on here. These lower ruins will just play as regular ruins. Just this whole footprint. There's another one there. And there's another one across the other side. Regular boxes, barrels and containers here. Across the other side, there are some pipes. And then also add some tank traps and barricades. And then sealed buildings and containers for these large structures will play as obscuring. So you can go by the hard edge for line of sight on this building, not this gap, this structure across here. And then we'll also play obscuring on this one. These two pieces joined together. This ruin across here, and then also the smaller ruin across the other side will be obscuring also. So a good mixture of terrain here on the board. That's the mission. Terrain's been covered. We'll now start alternating place units on the board next. Just to mention the battle mat and terrain. So the battle mat is from gamemat.eu. It's 60 by 44 inches in size, so perfect for regular games of 10th edition. It's also the Nexus battle mat as well, so it's got all the Nexus markings running through, inch markings running around the edge. And on top of that, it's also a double-sided battle mat. It's got the Lost World design on one side and the Chem Zone design on the other. So you're getting really good value with these mats. They're very figure friendly, nice and quiet for dice rolling. Great gaming surface. Just gives you that foundation to then put your terrain on top. Then running the Fallout Zone terrain from gamemat.eu. So it's all of these buildings around here. I've actually taken 2 sets of the Fallout Zone terrain. And that's been enough to completely fill out this table. So you can check out gamemat.eu for your supplies of battle mats and pre-painted terrain. Link below. There's also a discount code that you can use across the store for 11% off, and they are shipping worldwide. All right, so deployment's done for both sides. We'll go through the Thousand Suns first of all. So, aware that JP can remove 3 units and then redeploy, we're kind of just focusing on a preemptive deployment. Don't want to go too far back and be pushed back and then away from the objectives. Got to go aggressive for 10th edition. You have to try and push it out to the middle ground, but to do so does come with risks of ambush. So cultists strung out along here, squad of 10. Zangors on the right hand side, and then behind them 2 squads of Rubik Marines. 1 squad here, 1 squad here. Each one's been joined by an exalted sorcerer. Zangors on the home objective. Magnus the Red here. Quite far back, but not completely out of the picture, and he's ready just to move out as needed. Both of the Mauler Fiends are on the board. We've put them out on the extreme left-hand side. The 2 of them are going to work as a pair on the left-hand side for the Thousand Suns, and then for reserves, 1 unit of cultists to flank, and then the 2 squads of Terminators, as usual, to deep strike in. That's deployment's done for the Chaos Space Marines. Then around the other side of the board, it probably makes sense for JP to run through his deployment because he knows the names of all these units, and also where characters have been allocated as well. There's characters buried in most of these units now, so whichever order you want.
Okay, so we'll start at the back. So we've got a unit of Jackals covering the rear to keep an eye on deep strike.
They've not been joined by the character.
No character in there.
Okay.
So then moving forward, we've got the big blob of neophytes, which have got the character in, which will give them auto wounds on 6s to hit, looking to come down the flank. Then we've got the rock grinder. At the moment, we've got the blob of 10 aberrants with the biophagus in the ruin. Then we've got the ridge runner. There is another unit, the small unit of neophytes in the buildings here.
Yeah. Home objective.
Just hold on to the home objective, yep.
Sure.
Then the character you mentioned is on her owner here, so just using the cover to not get taken off if she's not alone up turn 1. Then currently 10 Stealers with the Patriarch on this flank.
Yes.
And then the units that have used Infiltrate so far, we've got the Assassin with the Bio Dagger furthest forward, and we've got the Saboteur in the middle, just within range of the objective in the middle as well.
Sure. And then reserves?
Yep. So outflanking, we've got the Acolyte Hybrids joined by 2 characters. One is the bodyguard character and the other is the Primus. And then with Deep Strike, we've got the other unit of Aberrants joined by the Abominant.
Sure. Okay. We're playing the updated rules, so it's like fixed 10 points that you can allocate to recycle units.
Yep.
That's
so
the updated rules.
Points. Yep.
Okay. So we'll be using that. And then the shape of this deployment will probably change. When does your redeploy occur? Just once we know who's going first, or
no, before?
Before we know who's going
first.
So
now we've completed. It's a decision about which units up to 3 that can move.
Okay, so we'll do that next. All right. JP wants an early night here. He's going to put the Aberrants right in the middle. So kind of gambling on a turn one. This turn one's going to be big. We've played a few games recently where both players didn't want to go first and didn't really mind. This is different. This is where both of us would desperately want to go first, I would say. So Aberrants here. And bear in mind, if it does go wrong, and the great thing is that JP can recycle either of these two units without the HQ choices, but the whole unit can be recycled. Aberrants here, a turquoise squad. And then the Patriarch with the pure strain Genestealers on the objective and infiltrating as well. So that's 2.
And then we've also moved the big unit of Neophytes.
To support them. Okay, a bit of firepower support.
Just to look down this corridor.
Going that way as well. A major shift here. All of a sudden empty across the other side of the board. And then reacting to the density of the Thousand Suns across here. Key chopper units plus firepower support shifting over to the left-hand side. So a major shift here. Is that a detachment rule or an upgrade, or where does that come from, your redeploy?
That's if you include the Primus in your army.
Wow,
just
huge.
has to be in the army, not on the board. Then you get to redeploy up to 3 units.
Right, that's majorly helpful. Okay, so small little HQ choices, but they can make a massive difference here in the game. That's it. We'll go on to the first turn of the battle. Don't need to ask if you want to go first or second. No. Dice to decide. You can use one of your dice, or you can use a patronic friend.
I'm new to the Genestealer Cult dice, so I'm going to give them a go.
Okay, and I should just roll. I'm too nervous. I'll go to Darth Windu. Here he plays Chaos Demons. Oh, that's a 6, right?
I hope so. Yeah.
It is, yeah. Okay, Genestealer Cults to go first. This could be messy. We're going to turn 1 for them coming up next. All right, so we're on turn 1. A couple of scout moves being done here as well. So JP will just point those out. So we've got the sniper bike.
Sniper bike, yep.
Which is just a scout move so far. Moving to there.
And the Ridge Runner as well.
Okay. Just those 2?
Just those 2 for now, yeah. These have got it, but they've decided not to move because they're going to cover the back.
Okay. We'll press on to regular movement next. So we're on regular movement. It's Overwatch. We're watching this unit here. They're heading straight towards us. So we're going to Overwatch now. With this unit across here, there's a lot of toughness, a lot of wounds. There's feel no pain. So I'm not sure how we're going to get on. It's going to be real tests of their flaming ability for sure. So it's going to be 8 D6 auto hits to start off with. And we'll turn to Sparks for this one. I think it's an appropriate name for this flaming firepower coming through. Start of the command phase, by the way. My command point's been used up for Overwatch. We've selected devastating wounds on our psychic weapons. So this is the number of hits with the Warp Flamers. Okay, very extreme. 6s and 1s. And then those come through as well. So 18, 21, 24, 28 hits in total. So we'll count these out. 24. A couple of Xenos dice for good measure. Toughness 6. So we'll be wounding on 5s, rerolling 1s. So there's a few 1s. Just a couple. Okay. So then we'll take away the majority of dice which have failed. Looking something like that.
Devastating?
No, not devastating. These aren't psychic weapons. So these you're going to get normal armor saves here. So these ones are going to be ignoring cover and AP -1. And these ones ignoring cover and AP -2. Just for the icon of flame. So 4 saves at AP -1.
Okay, so let's start with a 5. So 6 up on the armor. Saving
Blocked 1, okay.
And then it's a 5 up feel no pain.
There you go. Blocked another, alright.
So
2 wounds so far, yeah. Then 7 saves, AP -2, ignoring cover.
Yeah, so we're going to cut the armor, so we'll go straight to the 5 up feel no pain.
Okay.
Oof.
+1, right.
So 2 guys dead, and 1 down to a wound.
Okay. Alright, that's the majority of firepower. A little bit left. We'll turn to hand flamers. 1 on the Exalted Sorcerer, 1 on the Aspiring Sorcerer. These are going to be strength 3s, so we're winning on 6s. Almost maxing on hits, so 11 hits. Wounding on 6s. And again, rerolling 1s. So 3. Icon of Flame, once again, AP -2. So straight on to 5 up feel no pains.
No cover yet.
Yeah, no cover yet. 3 more wounds, okay. So the 1 can stay where it is and just the whole model can go. Whether it's enough, I don't know. Soul Reaper Cannon next. 6s. And none. So I reckon there's 2 more shots to come. It's Warp Smite. Correct us if we're wrong in the comment section. But Warp Smite is pistol keyword, as well as the Inferno pistol, in which case we can fire both. You can fire multiple pistols. So 2 shots and then 6s. There's 1. And then this is anti-infantry 4+, which we get. Okay, interesting. The damage, though, is it's a devastating wound, anti-infantry 4+, and it's damage 1. So strength, feel no pain, yeah. And no.
Take him out.
Okay, so right, takes out 1 more. So I was hoping to kill 2, kill 4. But I'm sure that unit still hits like a sledgehammer. That's Overwatch been and gone. So now that can't be used further during the movement phase. So we'll let the Genestealer Cults continue their move. Alright, so hold it there, keyboard warriors. Just as people are starting to leave comments, no doubt. We've put all the models back because we're playing Mission Rule Fog of War. You can't use core stratagems on turn 1. So very thematic. I don't like it, but it's very thematic here. Out of the fog and the mist comes the Genestealer Cult attack. Shut down the Overwatch on turn 1. So this is the perfect timing for an ambush right at the start of the game. So pushing forwards, models restored along the back there, still at full strength. Overwatch can't be used now. It can't be used on the charge phase. It can't be done until turn 2. So Genestealer Cult is taking full advantage of the Fog of War. Rolled advance across here, shifting right round. A couple of models on the objective as well, but these are looking to push through in this direction to join the attack. The infantry squad pushing forward as well to lend some firepower support as those models, as these 2 units go in. And anything else?
So yeah, we've come into the centre piece of terrain with the sniper just to get a shot through. We've just tagged in with the Ridge Runner as well so that we can bring the mining laser in as well.
Yeah, tapped into the drain. Can see through here. Fine. Yep.
We've pushed round with the assassin to try and get possibly a long charge onto the cultists.
Okay.
We've held with the rock grinder for the moment because we're not too confident about going up to these two things.
More fiends in the corner. Yeah. Okay. Movement done. We'll go on to shooting phase next. Yeah, nasty. Right. So this one.
Yeah.
An assassin? No.
It's a saboteur.
Okay. It's going to use remote explosives.
Yeah. So we're going to do D6. We would be hitting on 4s, but we've moved across, so we've got the line of sight on the cultists. So yes. D6, add 3, and it's blast for another 2.
Wow. Mortal wounds?
No more.
Okay.
Strength 5 minus nothing. No cover.
JP's picking out friendly Xenos players. There's a good few Tyranid sympathisers as well. Brethren, he calls them. Carl Roden for the Tyranids. So this is going to be your D6 number of shots, right?
Yep, D6.
Oh, it's your friend indeed. 5.
So there's the 5. Add our 3 for the weapon, and then for blast, another 2.
Sure.
So just make sure that I'm certain we're hitting on 3s.
You imagine, like, not only coming out of the fog of war, but also pre-set explosive devices, booby traps set up as well. Like the Thousand Sons have walked into an ambush here. It's a good theme, although it's unnerving for sure.
3s to hit. No rerolls.
Toughness 3.
Yep, 3s to read.
Okay.
So 4 minus nothing.
Okay. We get cover.
No, it's no cover save.
Right. 6 as it is then. And we block 1.
No, sorry, it is cover save, so you're good.
Still 1 save. So 3 slain. Remove casualties from that end, just trying to keep some kind of barrier here, but we'll see how it goes. Okay, firepower from him finished. Next up.
Okay, one mistake I made. I should have gone with this first because if the sniper hits, it's re-roll 1s for other units. So what we'll do is we'll do that now. So the sniper is also going to shoot at the same unit.
Right, okay.
Hitting on 3s because we've moved.
Okay.
Here's a hit.
3's doing strength 5.
Yep.
Goes 3. I'll roll a save here, but
minus 2.
Yeah, nothing. Another one gone. Okay.
Now we'll go through with the heavy mining laser.
Yes.
So this will be D3 shots.
Going against?
Same unit.
Oh, right, okay.
3 shots. 4s to hit. Now we'll re-roll the 1 for the sniper.
Thanks to the sniper, yeah. Not a blast weapon, this one? No.
No, I thought it was, but it's not.
Okay.
We'll double check. But
yeah, it is blast. It's an extra shot, which hits as well.
And then this will wound on 2s. So 4. This is minus quite a bit.
Yeah, I'll just start taking them off.
Yeah, minus 3.
Oh, screen's dying.
Would be D6 plus 1 damage.
Yeah, okay. Target just, well, models removed. There's 2 left.
Yep, and then I'll just have a quick think, see if I've got some other range.
Thanks to their move, everyone this side of the pipes, on the left-hand side of the pipes, is in range of these last 2 cultists. So a real opportunity here to clear away the screen. Secondaries, by the way, secure no man's land. That's grabbing objectives in no man's land, which has been done. And then assassination is another one, killing characters if possible.
So we've got 8 of the basic weapons.
Sure.
So these will hit on 4s. And we're still re-rolling 1s because of the sniper. With the character in there, 6s are going to wound automatically.
Okay.
And then we're strength 3.
Sure.
Minus nothing.
Enough to kill them. They're gone. Ceasefire. They're dead. Target destroyed. All right. Cultists removed. The screen, the cheap screen, removed from play. That's very useful for the aberrants here as they try and line themselves up for a charge. So, aberrants, to get in against both squads, JP's going to charge both. No fear of Overwatch. 5-inch charge with +1 because of the detachment. So, 4. We have a command reader on standby.
I could do +2 to the charge for a CP, but I don't think we need it.
Oh, 8. Or 9, actually. In they go. All right, well, this is going to be choppy for sure on turn 1. Man, all right, so these go in. I reckon 50-50 split with their attacks. And then Pure Strange Genestealers have gone in exclusively against the Zangles to clear those out of the way. So making contact to all 3 of these units across here. Their charge flowing down across in this direction. We said command reroll for the charge, but remember that can't be done. Fog of War. To interrupt play can't be done. I don't have enough CP for it anyway. So we'll go on to close combats. Fights first of these units. As JP is going to get to swing with both of these powerful close combat units here. It does look really good. Take it in whilst you can, because there may well be a lot less models on the board once the shredding is finished. Proper ambush though, really thematic. Sure.
So Dave Humphreys allocated towards the attacks from here.
Yeah, he plays Genestealer Cults, so he'll be happy with that.
We'll go half of them into here, half of them into here.
Yep.
The Biophagus will go in here as well.
Sure.
We're going to pop the 1-use only Biophagus ability for wound infantry on a 2 for the whole unit. The unit is poisonous as well, so critical hits on a 6.
Okay.
And he's also going to pop his staff ability 1-use only, which gives him +3 attacks and +3 damage.
Wow. So I've played, from cardboard points here, Weaver of Fate, Psychic ability, 2 cardboard points. I've played it... Yeah. I've played it across here on this unit. It's a reroll failed saving throw. It could be on either of these units. It's anyone within 18, but it's probably going to go on that unit there as JP starts his attacks. It's about what I can do. I've got a CP on standby for Destined by Fate as well, which can ignore one of the attacks coming through, but that's about it. Go ahead.
Okay, so onto the nearest unit first. So they come with 3 attacks each. For the detachment, they get +1 because they've charged.
Okay.
So this is 5 of the guys into that unit. Hitting on 3s. We'll take out the misses.
Now he's looking to wipe out my unit here.
6s for critical.
So far, so good.
2s to wound because you're infantry.
Yes.
Take out those ones.
Some ones.
So 5, 10,
12.
12. -2.
Okay.
Damage 2.
12 saves. We go to a 4+ invulnerable save, thanks to the Exalted Sorcerer. And we'll turn to Travis and Jen. No, we'll leave Travis and Jen because they're Tyranny players. We'll go to Michael for our save set. So 4-ups. It's all right. Casualties are guaranteed, but it's just trying to limit them. 6 slain. Okay. So at this point, I'm going to take that damage, not use any special abilities at all. So it's straight 6 dead. Could have been worse. Off camera, I've been saying it. There's a good number of 1s there for the Genestealer Cults. So we've got off lighter.
So then moving on to the Biophagus. 1
Yes.
attack normal.
Yeah.
Plus he's
Extra 3.
souped up staff.
Okay.
Hits on 3s. So all hit and a crit.
D4, yeah.
Wounded on 2s.
Nice.
With
Oh.
no AP.
No AP, so we'll go to 3-up saves. But the damage is high enough to take out whole models. Right, block those. I'll use my ability now as the 2 cold points that I spent to reroll failed saving throw. This isn't a core stratagem, it's a cardboard ability here. And we do pass it, okay. In which case that's all been blocked and the unit remains at that current strength. Now they've been butchered, but they're not down and out of it. They've lost rank and file, but the unit's still fighting on. It's the same, rinse and repeat.
Yep.
We're just without the character this
Same
time.
here.
Okay.
Still on Dave Humphreys.
Okay.
3s to hit.
Okay, looking pretty healthy at this stage.
6s for crit.
Yep.
And 2s to wound.
2s to wound. Couple of ones. This is looking slightly better. It was 12 last time, wasn't it?
Yeah, 5, 10,
13. Add a dice in. It's a different unit. And I'll use a different friend. Nicholas Lucas. We'll use some Imperial players to help us out here. 4 ups again. Yeah, I was going to say it's looking good, but not really. We're losing models here. That's 8 dead. Whoa. 8 slain. I'll use a command point to play Destined by Fate to take one of those to damage 0, in which case we'll lose 7 from that squad. Right, so casualties removed. Thankfully, for me, units not wiped out, but they've been hit very, very hard here, and that's not good for that happening at the very start of the game. Next, I'm not sure how well the Genestealer, the Zangors are going to do though against the Genestealers.
So we've got half the unit here.
We'll do a Zulu technique. We're going to count your guns. We'll count how powerful you are by sending the chickens in to see how good they are at shredding.
So 5 Steelers, 4 attacks basic, and then the detachment roll for charge.
Right.
Steelers hit on 2s.
This is half of the attack.
This is half the unit. Yeah.
Great.
No critical hits. So only the ones and misses. Strength 4.
Toughness 4.
Okay. 6s are lethal.
Okay.
Are devastating. So for dead, we've got 2.
Devastating.
4, yeah, because of the patriarch in there.
Wow.
So 6 dead, and then saves.
No saves. I'm just going to roll some dice here. They're gone. That'll do you. Okay. Brushed aside. Should have just chosen how you like the chicken done. Shredded chicken or chicken puree after that. Yes, JP says hold these here. Don't push them in. Otherwise I'll get attacks potentially against those. They're softer. He'd rather me just put my response back into the aberrants to try and bring models down. So we can go ahead and do that. We can make some attacks back here. Maybe try and bring a couple of these aberrants down. Problem for us is tactically. We won't want to stay in this combat. And then when we do come to our turn and pull back, like we had to do any kind of shooting. So it really tactically messes these up. And these are a key, major backbone part of this Thousand Suns force. And these have been disrupted. Thankfully not wiped out, but still heavy casualties on them. And the disruption factor is going to prove very tricky indeed. But we'll fight back here. We'll make some attacks back. So we'll go to the Exalted Sorcerer first of all. So fighting with his force weapon, the stave, 5 attacks needing 2s. Okay. All right, 6s don't mean anything. We're then going to go, because we've chosen Devastating Wounds, which we have anyway with this weapon. We're looking at Force to Wound, Strength 6, Toughness 6. 3 go through. This one's devastating. So in order, these are AP -1.
Okay, so that's a 6 up.
Okay.
Nope.
Okay, so D3. First one, just a wound.
For a 5+. Nope.
Next one, it's 3 wounds. 5 ups to block.
That's a dead guy.
Yeah, just about. And then the third one is just a wound.
For a 5 up.
And not blocked. All right, so 1 model removed and 1 wound as well. Okay, that was the master. We'll go with the apprentice next. So fighting with the stave here from the regular aspiring sorcerer. So 3 attacks, needing 3s. And we're looking at, same again, 4s. Don't get the reroll ones, that's only for shooting. 1 wound comes through, AP -1.
Okay, 6 up. Nope, and a 5 up for, D3.
Yeah, D3. 2.
So 2 5 ups. Yeah.
Blocked both, well done. Okay, so that's them not quite finished. Actually, there's a couple of attacks come through now from regular Marines here with close combat weapons. It's going to be 4 attacks with the remaining models. 5 to wound. A wound. Normal arm save.
So 5. Nope.
And feel no pain.
No.
No. Okay, 1 wound taken. So 1 wound left on him. That's then finished. We'll go on to the next units. Rinse and repeat pretty much for just with an extra man. So we'll go to regular models this time. So 1, 2, 3 of those. It's going to be 6 attacks. So need 3s, all of them, as they fight desperately. 5s to wound. Yeah, 3. So normal armor saves. 1 and feel no pains.
No.
Okay, so 2 wounds come through. I have to slay 1 model, and then down to 2 wounds left on another. We'll work our way up this time, so we'll go Aspiring Sorcerer next. 3s. And 4s. 1 comes through, -1 this time.
Okay, 6 up.
D3 for 3. 1 wound. Dropping down to 1 wound left. It's well absorbed. And then we'll turn to the final model here. Aspiring Sorcerer. 4s. Just the 1. Maybe -1.
6.
And D3 for 1. Can we get him? Just enough. Right, 1 more model removed from play. That marks the end of close combat. So literally half the models that were here, mostly mine, obviously have been removed from play. But there is pretty good resilience with these Rubric Marines. The 4+ invulnerable saves certainly helping them out. A little bit of shenanigans going on just to try and keep models alive. They've been hit hard but haven't been wiped out. Chickens long since gone. Major close combat threats across here. Right in the face of the Thousand Suns. Screen cleared out of the way, so they have been hit really hard. There's no way of trying to get out of admitting that we have been proper ambushed here by the Genestealer Cults. But early stage, I'm sure he's going to be disappointed and annoyed. But what can we do? We'll try and fight back here. You've wiped out these chickens, but the big chicken's going to try and attack back. We'll go on to the first turn of the game for the Thousand Suns. Points coming through. JP's elected to keep Assassination as he hunts for characters, and then trading in on Secure No Man's Land, just the 1, which is this one across here, captured, picking up 2 victory points. So 2 points to 0 at this early stage, but what a hit we've seen here on turn 1 with this ambush taking place against the Thousand Suns. Their chance now to respond as we go on to the first turn of the game for the Chaos Space Marines coming up next. Alright, so turn 1 here for the Thousand Suns. Gone into recovery mode here as best as we can. Overwhelming Force, that's destroying enemy units on objectives, and then recover assets is the other secondary in play. So to try and deal with these, take them on as best as we can. Backing out a close combat of this squad, restoring a model and shifting them across here. There's something else we need to point out. I used Carbal points to reroll a failed save and throw. I can't do that. Carbal points are harvested in your command phase. So we restored... I took a model off of that unit across there because it should have failed an armor save. There was no reroll allowed. So an extra model removed from that squad, which I then put back on. We roll 2 2s here, so model being restored to each of the Rubric Marine squads. That squad's pulled out. This squad has stayed in. Zangors are pushed up to try and help out. And then Magnus Thread has moved across to lend some firepower, support, and close combat. Not the ideal situation. I don't usually like him getting stuck in so early, but I think he has to in this situation. The Maul of Fiends, both of them rolled a 4 for their advanced rolls. They've began their move over on that left-hand side. That's movement done. Shooting phase next. All right, so shooting attacks. I'm going to spend 7 Carbal points, and I'm going to try and Doom Bolt the Sniper Bike. That one doesn't have Lone Operative. So we can shoot. It's range 18, 4 Doom Bolt, and visible to the Psyker. So we can go for this, I think. JP's just checking to see if there's anything he can do. All right, so depends on our dice roll here. We'll go Longbow BB for this one. So it just goes ahead. I need to roll 2 or more, and then we'll get her. Just about. Playing at the borderline here. So Doombolt, yeah. So that a 2 to 5 is D3 plus 3.
Dead.
So it's dead. Yeah. Okay. Target destroyed. And it's on an objective. It helps us out for Overwhelming Force, destroying units on objectives. So just a chance to pick up some victory points. Okay, so press on, more firepower. I'm going to turn to Magnus here with his shooting. So 8 mil of firepower is going to come from Magnus. We're going to put all of our shooting into the Genestealers and the Patriarch. So we'll kick off first with Tzeentch's Firestorm. So blast, d6 plus 3, plus another 2.
Mm-hmm.
Right, so here we go. All right, 10. 10 shots. We're paying a CP for Devastating Sorcery, which will give us the reroll hit rolls and win rolls for a Psyker. And we're looking for 2s. And we'll reroll the 1s. So all of them. So strength 5 coming in with this one against toughness 4, 3s to wound, plus 1 to the wound roll for his ability Lord of the Planet of the Sorcerers. So 2s. And what I'm desiring to do is fish for 6s for devastating. Yeah, or maybe we'll just go for the reroll on these. We'll keep them and do something like that. Okay. So we have 9 saves coming in at AP -1. So
Info.
5 up invulnerable saves.
Or dead, I guess. Damage.
Damage 2.
Yep.
Yeah.
5 to save. Ooh.
He's blocked a few. He's blocked half. More than half.
4 dead.
4 slain. Okay. And devastating wounds on another. So 5 slain in total. So hoping to kill more. We've killed some. We'll turn to the next weapon, which will be the Gaze of Magnus next. 3d3 attacks. This one's not blast. So a total of 5, 6, 7 attacks. And again, this hits on 2s. And we can reroll. And then we're looking for 2s to wound on this one. And this time I'm going to go fishing. Looking for 6s. All right, so we've got 1. So 5 plus invulnerable saves.
On 6?
Yeah, on 6 of them. Does that roll over onto the Patriarch, or is it boasting a 4
I
up?
think. What have I got left? 5?
Yeah.
Yep. So here's the 5 left.
Okay. Block 2, well done.
2 left. 1 left.
Okay.
Dead from that.
Then devastating wounds, yeah.
Just the Patriarch left.
Okay, just going to hold it there because it's an interesting point in the game with the new system for recycling units. So that Genestealer unit has been destroyed. So JP now, at this point, has to make a decision whether to bring them back or not. Interesting.
Combat, right?
Yes, that's ongoing combat. So how's this working then?
So we've got resurgence points now. We start with the 10.
Yes.
And then different units cost different points. So for that Stealer unit, it'll cost me 6 points to bring them back, leaving me with 4. Which could bring back a unit of Acolytes or the big unit of Neophytes.
Yes.
But I won't bring back Aberrants if that's the case. If I want to wait and bring back Aberrants, it's going to cost me 8. But I can't do anything with 2.
Right.
So it's a choice of do I want an Aberrant unit back
Or
do I want those Stealers back?
Okay. And it's the twist on it is you have to decide as soon as the unit's destroyed.
When it's destroyed, yeah.
Right, okay. Interesting. The decision is to not bring the Genestealers back. A few reasons. Aberrants, tougher, hit harder, can take on pretty much anything I have on the board. They can take on Magnus, happily enough. And then the Genestealers, if they do come back, they won't have the Patriarch, so they won't get the buffs and bonuses, they won't get devastating wounds, so they won't be as strong as they were before. So the decision is to keep the points and lose the Genestealers if you're happy enough with that.
Yeah, there's a good strat for the for both the Stealers and the Aberrants, +1 to wound vehicles or monsters.
Right, okay.
I think playing that onto the Aberrants, if I do end up having to fight Magnus, which I wasn't planning to do, but if I have to, it's the better option.
Sure.
And you've still got to do something about the Patriarch anyway, so yeah, that's
Okay.
the decision.
All right, so we'll press on here with firepower, which I don't think there's too much. Perhaps some pistols here in close combat, and that's pretty much it. So we'll do these pistols in close combat. So for 8 hits. And we'll try and wound on 6s. Yeah, 3 come through. They're AP -2.
No armor.
So 5 up for no pain. That's enough to slay a model. So 1 goes. We'll do Warp Smite. Is a pistol and failed. And that's it. Alright, so shooting finished. We're on to charges. We really do have a micro battle across here. The rest of the table is all quite quiet at this stage. Zangos we've sent here rolled an 11, so had to roll a load of models around that could make base contact. Blocked up the way and the others have held back. And one keeping coherency, one model on the home objective. The back door's wide open, that is the problem, but we're so busy across here trying to fight off this initial assault. Magnus has gone in, contacting both the Aberrants and then also the Lone Patriarch. That's charges done, combat's next. So bear in mind, JP's got 2 CPs who could interrupt play, so we'll go with Magnus, and I'm going to put all the attacks into the Aberrants, so we're really going to try and bring them down, and then we'll just take the hit potentially from the Patriarch. So we're going to do 7 attacks. 2s to hit, no kind of rerolls here. There's a dreaded couple of 1s. 2s to wound, coming at strength 16.
Yeah, but it's -1 because of the bodyguard rule, and you're a higher strength than my toughness.
Right.
So 3s.
We have a similar rule for our Terminators. Okay, so 3s then. Ooh, okay, so 2 failed. Oh, no. I'm going to put that one back because each time model makes a psychic attack, add 1 to the hit or on the wound roll. So we're cancelling each other out.
Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah, we'll check that one.
Wording of
Yeah, reckon they cancel each other out. So they're on 2s. So 1 comes through as devastating. These go through at AP -3 to bypass the armor onto Feel No Pains.
Yep, damage 3.
Damage 3, yeah. So first one, Feel No Pain, 5 ups. Blocked 1. This is what you need. Next one. Blocked, but just enough to kill a model, yeah. Next one. Wow. Really good pass 2. Enough to kill 2. As opposed to 4, the Feel No Pain making a huge difference. And he's taking models away from the Magnus combat. So carbon points as well being spent here at the start of the phase to grant from this unit here a friendly unit with an 18 a reroll failed saving throw. Just bear that in mind. Magnus completely finished with his attacks, so now it's the question of 2 CP to interrupt play with the Patriarch, which he doesn't really need to because the attacks against him are finished. The points are being moved across, which means the Aberrants are now going to fight before the Zangors get to go.
So we're going to go for the Zangors, I think.
Chop them down.
Yeah. So we've got 4 left. 1, 2, 3, 4.
4 left plus the squad leader, yeah. Desperate fight, this one.
No +1 for the ability because they haven't charged.
Right.
Hitting on 3s. 6s are critical.
Sure. Surely 2s to wound with toughness 4.
No, strength 7.
Okay,
And
3s.
we've lost the one with so many 2s on the all infantry. Not good.
4 make it through. 6 up invulnerable save. We do pass 1. So 3 slain.
1 attack from the...
Oh yes, your squad leader, yeah.
the
Or your
character.
character, yeah.
3's to hit. And that's...
Goes straight through.
Yeah.
Any AP minus on that one?
No.
Do I have a 5+ save? I don't. Okay. So we'll lose another.
Well done.
Okay. All right, so charging units then. Angles cut down. We're going to 1, 2, 3, just 4 models fighting now. Chainswords, 3 attacks each. Zangors need 4s for their hits. Well, that's crazy. I wish the 6s meant something. They don't. 5s to wound at strength 4. Or 3. 3 make it through. AP 0.
5 armor.
Blocked 1. Feel no pain.
5. No.
Okay, 2 wounds. So, yeah, technically speaking, it's the Patriarch next, so we'll go with him. A chance to put some damage onto Magnus himself.
So, I'm going to try and use someone.
And Travis and Jen, they are Tyranid players.
Tau as well, but we'll forgive that.
Okay.
2s.
2s. Now, 5s to wound, but twin linked, apparently. So,
Strength 6, yeah, 5s.
do you get devastating?
No, because he's not leading the unit anymore.
Ah, gotcha. Yes. Reroll. 2 make it through. They're
-3.
spicy enough. And damage 3, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'll turn to Patronic Friend. I like the tower. Connor Collins. Maybe not in combat, though. 4s. Ooh, we block both in 1 saves used. Okay. Magnus, no wounds as of yet. Next up, we'll turn to the Rubik Marines. A chance for them to try and bring down some more aberrants. So we'll go with regular models. There's 3 of them. 6 attacks. Looking for 3s. And then we're looking for 5s. Nothing from them. Next up, we'll go to the stave on the regular aspiring sorcerer. These have all hit. 4s to wound. No. Toughness 6?
Yeah.
Yeah, nothing. And the exalted sorcerer. 2s. 4s. 2 go through.
Mm-hmm.
These are AP -1.
So 6 up. Nope.
Okay, first one. 3.
There you go.
Okay, and the next one is 2. A long grinding process here. And 2 wounds come through, but not enough to slay a model. Okay, squad's shrunk in size. We'll zoom in a bit so you can see what's going on. That's the state of that combat. And the Patriarch still remains across here. Close combat's resolved. Alright, so end of turn. Add points coming through. We destroyed a unit on an objective. Gives us 3 victory points. That was for overwhelming force. We dumped recover assets, gained a CP. So 3 points to 2 at this very early stage. It's not really been about points at this part of the battle. It really has been a focus on annihilating each other. And definitely the Genestealer Cults have caused the bigger hit. But it's very early stages in this battle. Thousand Suns are nowhere to be found across here in the middle ground. They've been held back and punished here and ambushed severely. But they've battled back here with the help of their Primarch to try and reduce these Genestealer Cult units down. 3-2 is the score at this very early stage. We'll go on to the second turn of the game for the Genestealer Cults next. We'll see what they plan here for their second wave coming up next. So turn 2 for the Genestealer Cults. Secondary is in play. Assassination continues, and then recover assets. That's the card that I had previously. That's getting into zones, activating it in the shooting phase, and then surviving with that unit through to the end of the opponent's following turn. Genestealer Cults have got units spread around the board, so JP's going to go for it here in 2 of the zones on the board. That's the Neophyte squad across here,
Yep.
and then the Ridge Runner across here, which is not tapped in. It's just this side of the terrain. Correction. You wanted to hide him behind the obscuring terrain because there is actually a physical gap running through there which we can see through. So that's fine, that's been corrected. Bikers holding position here at this stage. Rock Grinder, this is called.
Yep.
It's pushing forwards at firepower, potentially a charge maybe as well. Then the large Neophyte squad pushing forwards and in range of the objective. For primaries, the home objective being held, so 3 points picked up for that, and this objective here being held, so 8 points in total. Acolyte hybrids?
Yeah.
Turned up here to shoot and maybe charge, pulling out a close combat with the Patriarch. Then the Aberrants electing to stay in close combat. They're tying up units across here, and the other Aberrant squad, which has the deep strike ability, is turned up here. 9-inch charge, which will be increased with some buffs and bonuses.
Comes with a +1 for the detachment,
Yeah.
and for 1 CP you can get +1 for each unit you charge into a maximum of 3. So 2 units there, +2 for that, +1 for the detachment, +3 in total.
Wow. Okay. All right. So certainly a good possibility of the charge going ahead right on our home objective. Okay, a couple of extra things here. The assassin's moved around, just this proxy model, but he's moved around across in that direction. Be interesting to see what he can do. And then in response, as movement phase was finished, Terminators have turned up here. Just try and mix things up a little bit for the Thousand Suns. So paying a CP for Rapid Ingress, Deep Strike, and with the Terminators. Movement done, shooting phase next. The Goliath Rock Grinder, all of its firepower into the lead Mauler Fiend. Skamiski dice is going to be used. He's a Tyranny player.
So D3 heavy mining laser. One shot. So this will hit on a 4. Nope.
Okay.
And then we will go for the heavy stubber.
Okay.
Rapid fire 3. So it's actually 6 at this range.
Okay.
Pause. Hit. And it is strength of 4. So no.
Okay.
Salt D6.
Whoop.
This is BS5, unfortunately.
Go. 3 hits. Uh-oh.
Strength is 9.
Shot. Force to wind. Toughness 9.
Just for the one.
Toughness 10, sorry.
Nope,
5.
still 1. Yeah. And this is -2.
5 plus save, 5 plus invulnerable save. Blocked.
Yep. Okey-doke.
Okay. Just to point out, my last 2 carbon points being spent this unit here, activating our ability for Weaver of Fates. A friendly psyche unit within 18 can reroll a failed saving throw. It's only going to apply for the shooting phase. That's the last of our carbon points being used. Acolytes or neophytes across here, their firepower was to head off towards Magnus, but it's now going to be directed against the Terminators. Yes, it's a distraction, but I could lose some models here.
2 mining lasers. Let's go with a...
It may be down to Xenos friends. There's Blood Angels Ryan. Vagabond plays Tyranids, I believe.
Any Tyranids will go with, yeah.
Okay. I think he does actually, but anyway, he's Xenos friendly. So.
Okay. Mining laser. 5s to hit. 1 hit.
Okay.
And then this is going to be strength 12.
2's to wound. Ooh. Actually 3's to wound because it's -1 to the wound roll for their ability.
Okay. Next we will go with the unit, and I think everybody is going to be single shots.
Checking line of sight on the unit, all of them except one, just for their shots, but seismic cannons first.
Yeah, 2 seismic cannons, 2 shots at long range. Okay. So these will hit on 5s as well. So 6s is going to auto wound because of the character in there.
Okie dokie.
And this, I believe, is -1. -1, damage D3.
+1 for cover. 2 up. Passed.
Yep.
Just about.
And then we will do...
Lots of DACA.
Yeah.
14 shots with the regular guns.
4s. 6 is wound. And 5s. -nothing.
2 ups. Wound sneaks in. Damage 1, right?
Damage
1. Character next.
Both hit. Strength 12.
Strength 12.
-3.
Ouch. 4 up save or 4 up invulnerable saves. Blocked both. What would the damage have been?
D6 +1.
Wow. What is he equipped with?
Big brain.
A big brain.
So hazardous because he shot twice. No, he's good.
So it's a stand-in model. What is that character? What's it called?
He is the Benefactus.
Wow. Okay.
New model with the last edition with the big cranium.
Okay. And it's like a psychic attack, maybe?
Yeah, I think it's psychic as well, yeah.
So this is remote explosives coming through. It's going against this unit here. It's coming from the middle.
Strength 5.
It's trying to wound. 3's to wound.
2, 4, 6, -nothing.
3 ups. 2 go through.
Damage 1.
Damage 1. Enough to slay a model on this squad.
Yeah.
I've elected to remove the Aspiring Sorcerer. Hopefully it's just temporary. It's just to try and protect the unit from potential charge. It's the Exalted Sorcerer that's doing the resurrecting, so I can pick any model to return back. So hopefully it works out for us. Just try and stretch the charge potentially from this unit. We'll press on with shooting. There's some still to come. Because I've removed that model, I had JP saying he may as well just shoot with these. So I've actually antagonised him to shoot at them, but what can you do?
Okay, pistols. All hit.
Okay.
Only strength 3. Just the one. Minus something.
3 up. Blocked that one.
And then the Primus hits. This will auto wound on a 2 or a 3.
I'll roll a save here.
Mm-hmm.
It's a 4, which will be okay.
This is AP 0, so you're fine, yeah. It's anti-infantry 2.
Okay.
Yep.
Actually, 5 powers finished. These are going to continue doing their action, and so too is the Ridge Runner for recover assets, in which case we'll go on to charges. Can we just all want to know if they... Well, they can still charge, can't they?
Yeah.
Yeah, all right then. We're interested to see if that charge goes ahead. I think it's going to be a 10. No. Come on, reroll. Okay. Right, there's other charges to do. There's this one. Yeah, so 9 inches across here, and then with these moving around 9 inches to the Rubik Marines. So 9 inches away, +1 for the charge for the detachment, plus a further 2 for the CP that's just been spent. Makes it a 6-inch charge.
Yeah. With no reroll.
No. It was likely to go ahead, but it hasn't. There's nothing you can do about it.
No.
Built-in charges, nothing.
No.
Oh, it doesn't go ahead. But what are we going to do about them anyway? They're going to be there to stay for a while.
The assassin's going to go in there.
Assassin's going to go in against the Zangles.
Yep.
3, no, it doesn't go ahead. Right, Goliath's not going to charge. A number of reasons for that. JP thinks that I've got enough ability to crunch with the D6 +1 damage, strength 14 -2. There is also a possibility, distinct possibility of heroic intervention. You get it for 0 CP with the Maul of Fiend. Yeah. Prophetic Hunters, it's called. And with that, I could end up having 2 of those moving in against their vehicles. So he's going to stay where he is, just roadblock the Maul of Fiends to try and slow them down. Okay, so charges completed here.
Or not.
Or not, there isn't any. We'll go on to ongoing close combat. So, Rubik Marines, fighting for their lives here. They've got to bring aberrants down. We'll turn to regular models with their attacks. 6 of them, or 6 attacks. And we've rolled some dice, but we'll commit to, in desperation, Gavin for close combat. Space Wolves and Drakari, melee specialist. I'm going to try and wound on 5s. 2 wounds do come through. Minus nothing. Normal saves. And then 5 up for no pains. Blocked 1, but 1 sneaks in enough to bring a model down. It's very helpful. We'll then turn to the Aspiring Sorcerer. Now, we elected to go for sustained. So those 6s will mean something this time around with our psychic attacks. Wounding on 4s though. 2 go through. Ooh, no. Just remembered. 3s to wound. +1 to the wound roll from Magnus. So 4 go through. 1 of them's devastating, so 3 of them at AP -1.
-1. So in theory you could kill them, so do 1 at a time. Or 2 at a time. 6s. No. And then the D3.
Yeah. First one. 1.
No,
Not blocked.
D2.
Next one. 2 more. Blocked 1. Well done. He survives. Then we'll do that devastating for 1. Which is blocked. I knew that was coming. Okay, well done. Right, Exalted Sorcerer next. First the Apprentice, now the Master. So we're looking at 2s. Couple of 6s. Sustained. Ooh, it's paid off. 3s to wound this time. There's a devastating wound. 2 more go through. These are AP -1.
6+.
Double 6. Good timing. Devastating wounds for 3.
No.
then they go free. All right, which is it just kills the one model. That's it. So remaining aberrants to fight here, just the one plus the model here. Chris Home.
Yeah.
Imperial player.
No.
No, it's not a hint of Genestealer Cult. I don't know, you could accuse any of them of being secret cultists.
Any orcs left?
Any orcs left? Yeah, Blood Angel's Ryan.
That'll do.
Okay.
Okay, so
one aberrant.
One aberrant.
Where are these attacks going?
Into the chickens.
Into the chickens, right.
All hit.
Okay.
Strength 7.
2. 5. 3, sorry. 6 is to block. That's good hitting. Yeah, determined to kill chickens. 2 more slain. I'll take from this side now.
And then the dock. Hits. Needs a 2.
Did you say duck?
The dock.
The dock. Oh, sorry, I was talking about chickens, then you said duck. Sorry. So what have we got here? One.
That's a wound on poison, yeah.
Not blocked. Another one gone. 3 chickens left. I've lost enough Zangors. I don't want to push forwards in that direction. We'll leave them exactly where they are. We'll just leave them at that point. So that then is combat's resolved. Yeah, interest. There's not much going on. So much on turn 1, not so much now on turn 2. Bit of a breather potentially for the Thousand Suns. JP can trade in on cards, dump cards. We'll see what kind of score comes through. So points coming through. Yes, primaries 8 points picked up for the control of 1 no man's land objective and the home objective. Secondaries dumping 1 card, assassination's now gone, and then recover assets is current. It's in play at the moment. If this unit and the Ridge Runner can survive, then points can come through for that. So end of turn here for the Genestealer Cults. The units spread around the board. Thousand Suns fighting for survival across here. Just as they think the coast is clear, another aberrant unit's turned up there, and the potential to bring, once they die, the other one back. So still plenty of fighting to go and very early stages in this battle. End of turn, we'll go on to the second turn of this fight now for the Thousand Suns coming up next. Right, so turn 2 here for the Thousand Suns. Still fighting away. Cards drawn is Aerodinal, so getting to the middle of the board, which we've done, but it's cost us already. Tripped some kind of booby trap there against the
Saboteur.
Saboteur. It's good fun, isn't it? Good fun rules model.
Yeah, 2+. D3 adds 3 mortal wounds.
Yeah, so Magnus stripped it with his feathery chicken legs. Something blew up. Knocked off 4 wounds, dropping down to 12 wounds left on him. The other secondary is bring it down, so destroying something big, such as the rock grinder across the other side. So both the Mortal Fiends moving out, heading off towards that, claiming that objective. Just 3 points picked up for us for the control of the home objective only. Zangors have since moved away. There's no point in being there. So head off towards the assassin. Regained a model and regained 2 models across here. Fouled Battle Shock, passed, auto-passed of those to make sure we got those 3 points coming through. This unit battle shocked, but has moved off across in this direction. Magnus jumping across. This squad it's remaining in close combat. 2 Mortal Fiends I've mentioned already. Terminators have begun their march across in this direction. And then deep striking with the other squad turning up here. So the table is a big spread of units in every corner of the board. We're going to shooting phase next for the Thousand Suns on their second turn. So shooting phase, we'll start with the obvious stuff. So pistols here into this ongoing close combat. So they're both the same. Auto hitting 2d6. And it's 5. Not so good. And we're looking for 6s to wound. No kind of re-rolls. and that's AP -2.
Okay, so for an AP.
And a wound comes through. So this squad across here will do Warp Smite and Astral Blast into here, and all the other Flamer and Dagger attacks will go into the squad. I think that's the way we're going to do it. And we'll put the Soul Reaper Cannon into him as well. Don't like him. I'll try and pick on him. So we'll pick up Patreon, Sam Hermes. So Astral Blast first across here. This will be number of shots. A shot. It's D6 shots, so one single shot. Carry on. One hit. Strength 6.
Toughness 5.
3 to wound. Goes through. It's AP -2. It's covering between us. -1.
Yeah, but his armor save is not great.
Okay.
Yeah. No, 4 plus down to a 3, back up to a 4, and a 4 up invul anyway. No.
Okay, D3 for 2.
Okay.
4 wounds left. Warp Smite next. 3s. Anti-infantry 4 plus. Yeah, 1 goes through. Damage 1.
No save?
Yeah, drop it down to 3 then.
Yep. That's
Devastating.
devastating?
It is, yeah. So then we've got Flamer attack. So I can't do his pistol. We'll do one normal Warp Flame pistol, which I can do because both weapons are pistols. He can fire 2 pistol weapons, but can he fire a pistol weapon from the single infantry model in 2 different targets? We're going to err on the side of caution that you can't, in which case his 2 shots or his 2 flame shots are going to go in there.
Actually, you can, because it kind of morph, does it?
Does he?
Yeah, he can split shots.
All right, 2 shots over here, 2 hits over here. Rerolling 1s to wound. And we're coming in at strength 3.
Against the Grandad, or against them, no, you need 5s.
Okay. So no wounds. And then regular flamers will be 1, 2, 3. Wow, 15 hits. Okay.
Strength 4.
Yeah, strength 4. So 5s to wound.
No, 4s.
4s. Okay. 4s to wound. Rerolling 1s. Okay.
Could have been worse.
Yeah. So these are ignoring cover and -1. 4 of them. And then these will be -2.
So -2, no save.
Okay.
4 on a 6 plus. No.
7 slain. So that's their firepower completed. And no, there's not. There is the Soul Reaper Cannon. So we said the attacks can across here. No, I said there because I didn't like him. Sorry. So those are the shots. 5 hits. 6s are good. Ooh. Strength 6.
3s.
Reroll 1s. Doesn't help. 3 normal at AP -1.
4 up.
1 goes through. And a devastating wound for another 1.
Damage of
Damage 1 each time.
to 1.
And 1 wound left. Terminators turning up here. We're not going to shoot that way. We're going to go into those. We're going to offload everything we have into this squad here. So firepower coming in from these Terminators. The models at the back here not getting the extra range or the extra attacks because the models have been taken away from the squad and they're further away for rapid fire. So 2 shots each at the back. 6 in total. Not going to do rapid fire with him. We're going to use the Warp Smite ability instead. So 3s. Toughness. 4s to wound. A wound.
Okay, minus.
Minus. Do you know what? I don't think there is any minus going on with these. Yeah, there is. -1.
I think it was that one, wasn't it?
4, yeah.
Yep, so no, dead.
Right.
Any from the front? Nearest me.
That one. Okay. Next, we'll go with the Soul Reaper Cannon. 3s. Oh, no, please. 3s to wound. 2 wounds go through. These are AP -1.
Plus.
2 up. 2 saves.
That's
Save 1. Well done. This one?
Yep.
Okay. Next, Warp Smite from the squad leader. 2 hits. Anti-infantry 4 plus. 1 goes through.
And it's devastating.
Yes.
Takes him off.
Okay. All right. As decision there to bring them back, the answer is no. Because they're probably too expensive and that'll stop the aberrants from coming back.
I know the answer to this. I don't know why I'm checking, but you never know.
I think we both think it's a 3 to bring those back.
It's 4 to bring them back.
4 to bring them back. Right, okay. Hellfire Missile Rack. 2 hits. So this is coming in now at the simultaneous firepower. So I think it's going to be 2s to wound. Yeah, 2 wounds do come through. These are AP -2.
Yeah.
3 damage.
AP -2, 3 damage.
Yeah.
All come at the same time anyway.
Yes, it's all simultaneous coming through, so bear that in mind. So it's allocating to
the little fella. 4 plus invul. Yep.
Blocked, and the other one will go on him as well.
Yep.
Blocked. Go. Any success would have killed him. All right, so 2 characters are here at this stage. And from now on, they now become independent.
Yeah, they'll become independent.
Okay. Yeah, interesting choices now. They're small models, but they're potent enough in close combat. He's potent in close combat, so there's little bits of resistance here that are actually quite good, which ideally need to be got rid of. I'm starting to sway towards sending his psychic attacks across in this direction against these. We reckon these now revert into 2 separate units. None of them have lone operative.
No.
I might just try and fry them here. What's the point in killing a few of those? That's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking tactically overall it's worth going after these characters across here. In which case, Magnus the Red then is going to put his psychic attacks. So we'll go for the damage 3 option against the Primus.
Yes.
And the other option into him. So we're going to split and head across in this direction with our firepower. We'll use our CP for reroll the hit roll, reroll the wound roll for devastating sorcery. And we'll start making our attacks here with Magnus the Red. I'm glad he's alive on the board, even though he is tripping over booby traps at the moment. We'll go to add Midnight Miniatures for this firepower. So the first one, 3d3 attacks. So it's going to be 7 again. It's the usual number. 2s to hit. Rerollable. They've all hit. I could fish for 6s, but we'll just leave it. We'll leave it at that. So 7 hits come through. And we'll then go for 2s to wound. All of them. But I might re-roll here, fishing for 6s to make this tasty. Yeah, it's going to be 9 damage on devastating wounds. So that's
You might be alright.
him gone. Okay. The next one is going to be D6 plus 3. This is Zinch's Firestorm. 1 shot plus 3. Not much I can do about it. We're looking for 2s to hit. That's recovered it. Because we're on sustained, so we'll add in 2. This will come in at strength 5. 3s to wound. Becomes 2s for plus 1 to the wound roll. And that was a 1. I'm going to fish. I don't think so, because we're not devastating wounds, so we won't bother. We'll just reroll this 1. Okay, so non-devastating wounds. 6 come through. They're AP -1.
Yeah, 4 up invul.
Okay. And those go through damage 2, so 8 damage. Okay, target destroyed. Alright. Alright, so press ahead with firepower from these Terminators. Don't want to go after those, I want to charge them. So we shot down across in this direction and took out a load of Acolytes, just taking out regular rank and file, but JP keeping the heavy weapons alive. They do have sticky objective, so this objective will still remain under the control of the Genestealer Cults at this stage. Shooting phase finished. It's been pretty good here from the Thousand Suns, and they do have some options for charging as well. We're going to charges next. Alright, so charges going ahead. A lot of charges here for the Thousand Suns. So ongoing combat. Charging in, not sure how we'll get on there with the last of the Zangors. This charge goes ahead with Raptor models all the way around, roll a 9, and then a spare model here. We're just trying to edge towards that objective as much as we can. Magnus going in to the centre of the board. Terminators, it was a 12-inch charge but failed. And then across here, this charge has gone ahead. And across the other side, both Maul of Fiends against the Rock Grinder. Interrupt play is possible, so we need to choose our first combat carefully. I think I have to go with this combat here. So we'll do this once. 1 wound to try and pick off on the Patriarch here, so we'll go with that one. So we'll hand over to the Master first of all. 5 attacks. And we'll go to Joash Wolf for this one. So Joash Wolf. Needing 2s. Strength 6. 3s to wound. That's going to be a devastating wound.
Yeah.
Okay, done it. Didn't want him making his attacks. He's dangerous enough. So
before you move in,
something's going to happen.
Yeah, Grandad's going to have a paroxysm.
Okay.
So, Eldar tricky.
JP's trying to read upside down with my handwriting as well.
So we'll go for the Eldar. Who's this guy here?
Michael Gemin.
Okay. So on a 2+,
yes,
Patriarch.
Yeah.
It's 2d3 mortal wounds.
Ouch. Goes off. You could roll really well here. Oh, it's low. 2 mortal wounds will be enough to slay a model. That was your wound. He can go. Yeah. And we'll lose this regular Marine here. So, removed. I'll check this. I don't think so. We'll have a little look. So these, as much as I'd love to get over here, I can't get close enough to allow them to move. So I just have to sit where they are. But they've done their job and they've cleared away the Patriarch. So that's them done. Do you want to interrupt play?
I can't now. I've used it for the...
Oh, you used it as a CP to activate the Patriarch's ability. All right, we'll press on with charging units next. So target destroyed in here. Magnus Thread making short work of the model in the middle. We'll go with the Terminators next with their attacks. So 4 attacks first with the stave. And 2s to wound.
Strength 6?
Yes. AP, armor save on them?
5+.
Okay, 2 saves of 6+.
Okay.
Blocked 1. Devastating wounds, so 2 dead. 2 dead total, yeah. 2 slain. JP will take from the front. Okay, so 2 gone. Next is Proserpine Capesh. They're all in. 12 attacks. 3s. We're not going to wipe the squad on dice roll like that, so those have failed. And then 3s to kill because they're -2. 4 more slain from that squad, so not wiping them out for sure. They'll go. No interest in following up in close combat. They'll just back away from the Terminators as they creep forwards. Next, we'll go with the Maulafine, see what they can do. So first Maulafine, one closest to JP, 3s. Followed by 3, strength 14. God, 4 go through. AP -2.
Okay. I will.
3d6 plus 3. 10, 13.
It's gone.
And does it blow? No. Alright, so target destroyed. And again, no real follow-up I can do. I can maybe head towards the objective with that one 3 inches. One closest to you. Just tucking him in. Yeah. This is reverse back, just to get both models within range 3. Okay, mission accomplished across there. The last charger for us will be the Zangors. 9 attacks against the assassin. We'll turn to a pirate. Mitch, not Keith or Rob. 4s. Off to a good start. Toughness 3. Strength 4. Yeah, 6 saves. Regular saves, no kind of AP minus. Damage 1. Blocked. Got him. Yeah. Just about alright. So assassin removed from play. Mini combats dotted about all over the place. Thousand Suns prevailing in most of them, or all of them so far. As a unit that hasn't an ongoing combat, it's these. 1 aberrant left.
Aberrant,
2 hits.
3s.
3s to wound. Both go through. 4+ invulnerable save. Both go through.
2 dead.
Yeah, nothing I can do. I've got to remove them. Ouch, that hurt.
The duck.
1 hit.
Wounds on a 2+.
3 up. Past that, just about. Okay, we'll do our attacks back here. So we'll go to the Master this time. And we'll commit to Chris Heim for this one. 3s, come on. Sustain because it's a psychic attack. Force to wound. Yeah, 2. This one's AP -1.
Yeah, so
Devastating.
were these at -1 to wound as well? +1, -1, or?
Yeah, we're all good. 5 and a 6, we're good.
Yeah.
So this one here is -1.
Nope, failed.
Goes through. D3. 3. 5 up for no pain.
Christ.
Got him. Okay, Aberrant's finally gone. JP gets to bring them bring them back. Devastating wounds of 3 on the character, and got him as well. He's gone. Oof. Okay.
So
I could head towards home objective, but no, I don't think so. There's no point. So we'll leave them where they are, and that's it. Combat's resolved across the board here. Thousand Suns thinned out. There's no doubt about it, but they've been prevailing in these smaller combats. Dotted around on this side, and then smashing through the 2 Mauler Fiends and capturing that objective as well. Thousand Suns pretty good spread across the middle, but Aberrants here, potentially Aberrants across the other side. JP has made the decision. He said he was going to do it. The blip has been placed over there, and the Turquoise Aberrant squad will return. They're guaranteed to come back next turn. So we'll go on to resolve points picked up here as we finish off turn 2 for the Thousand Suns. So end of turn, points flowing through for both of us. Recover assets was picked up, completed across here. So 3 points for that one for the Genestealer Cults. Then Arid and R clearing and holding there for 5 points, and then bring it down. The Rock Grinder just worth the 2. So total now 13 points for the Thousand Suns, 13 points also for the Genestealer Cults. So it's neck and neck at this stage. So much has happened already in this game. Casualties. Heavy now on both sides. We'll go on to the middle stage of the battle, turn 3 for the Genestealer Cults next. So turn 3 for the Genestealer Cults. Cards in play for them is Established Locus and Marked for Death. The 3 units I've chosen is this squad of Terminators across here, Magnus the Red himself, and the Mauler Fiend that's the furthest away. A lot of movement going on, so this is pretty obvious. Moved straight onto the objective across here. You may well see a charge to go after. This squad. These have snuck through. I was going to overwatch them, but we are battle shocked, so couldn't overwatch with the Rubik Marines. This is the returning unit, the only unit that's going to return, right, for the Genestealer Cults. Yeah. Deep striking in is the option for them, just over 9 inches away from all of our units and poised to potentially charge into the Terminators. Then Bikers moving in to support and try and block off the Terminators moving through against their objective. Backing away with what's left of the Acolyte squad, who did pass them around. Ridge Runners move through to lend some firepower support.
Established Locus.
And Established Locus in the middle. Gotcha. Okay, so, and on OC, by the way, JP now holds.
Yep.
Okay, shooting phase next. So, shooting phase finished. Carbon points were distributed around here to try and help keep models alive, rerolling saves and rerolling, getting us 0 CP Stratagems. That's all been used up. Carbon points all gone. Terminators. So you lost 1 model from grenades, but you also killed another model in your movement phase with something. Drive-by. Okay. So 2 Terminators gone, 3 remain. No shooting from these. Firepower from these went down here. 2 models should have been slain. I rerolled a failed save and throw with carbon points. Kept a model alive. One of them brought down. Another wound coming through as well. Put onto the Soul Reaper cannon. That shooting phase finished. Limited now here for the Genestealer Cults, but some tasty charges lined up.
So we'll go with the big one.
The big charge. Do they go into the Terminators? And it is Maxfield Knuckles. A 9.
+1.
An 8. Doesn't go off. Come on, point. 6. It doesn't go off. Oof, the long range charges haven't happened. This is an easier charge. 4 will do it. That's +1. You're okay. You're in. So combat's resolved. Finally, as the Rubik Marines and the Exalted Sorcerer hacked down without mercy this unit camping out on our home objective. That is a tactical problem for us, a big problem. And that's it on the board. Aberrants are the main thorn in the flesh here for the Thousand Suns for sure. Very powerful unit here, brilliantly placed. This unit's failed its charge, but it can't be ignored. It's right next to objective, and it's a threat against multiple Thousand Suns units. End of turn. Points coming through. A good point here for the Genestealer Cults is primaries. Another 8 points coming through for that. 4 points coming through for established locus as well. In the centre of the board, taking the Genestealer Cults to 25 points. We're on 13. We've got a turn in hand. Thousand Suns are going to have to rally as best as they can. So Thousand Suns, they're not out of the fight for sure, but we've got problems, big problems to deal with. We'll see how they get on. Turn 3 for them next. So movement phase here for the Thousand Suns on their turn 3. Just 3 points picked up for primaries. That was to control their objective across the other side. Cards for us is Sabotage and Defend Stronghold. Disaster. We're going to try and remedy the situation. Restored a model but battle shocked again on this squad. Terminators advanced. So I'm not going to get any action out of those. The reason for the advance was to stretch, which we managed to go on here. For the sticky objective, that's been wiped out to try and stop those points from coming through. So there's too many points available, or too many points coming through for the Genestealer Cults. Squad of 3 Terminators moving through, but being circled by the Jackals, they can't really move too far. One Maul of Fiends rounded the corner, freed up to head across in this direction to go after the Ridge Runner. The other Maul of Fiend camping out on the objective. Magnus the Red, he's got to go either way to go after Aberrants. He's decided to go back here towards the home objective, jumping across 14. Zangor's moving across. All going to try and go after the home objective, try and secure that if we can. So I've then gone on to bring on turn 3. So I've also brought on at the end of the movement phase there the cultists across there. So they're too far away for Sabotage for that piece of terrain, but I brought them on as a threat for the home objective for the Genestealer Cults. That's movement done. We're going to shooting phase next. So Magnus the Red. Last Patron, Valhalla and Field Marshal Robert. We'll put all of our firepower, psychic power into the Aberrants to see what we can do against them. Anything you can do in response? No. Okay, spending a CP for devastating sorcery. So here we go. We'll turn to Blast Zinch's Firestorm first of all. So D6 +3 +2. 6 maxed out. It's going to be 11 shots. Bit of a moment of truth here for Magnus the Red. Certainly glad to have him in the heart of this army. 2s to hit, re-rolling. We'll leave it as it is. Add in 1 for sustained. And then we'll try and add wound here. This is not devastating wounds on this one.
Toughness 6 and -1 to wound.
Right, so we're on +1. So we're going to sit on 5s to wound. And then we'll re-roll. It really has cut down our ability there.
It's only -1 if you're +1 strength over my toughness.
Gotcha. Yeah. Okay. So those are wounds.
Yep. Cool. So how many we got?
So we have a total of 7. You can take cover, and it's AP -1. So
back to a 5 up.
5 ups. 5s to block, and each one's damage 2. First one. Block 1, but it's enough to slay 1 model. 2 wounds go through. That slays another. So 2 slain. And then blocked 1. So 2 models removed and 2 wounds left on another. Okay. This one?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Next, the nastier weapon but less shots. So 3d3. 2s. Number of shots. So that's 8 this time. 2s to hit. Horrific. Reroll these ones. It's better. 2 sustained. So for this one, strength 9. 3s to wound. Stays at 3s, right? 6s we're after. Keep that result. Oh, recovery here. Okay, so AP -2, so 6s for saves on 7. This is quite good.
Mm-hmm.
So none. All right, so these 7, 10 in total are devastating wounds.
Damage?
Damage 3.
Okay. So.
Feel no pain.
Yep.
2 go through, so just going to remove that model.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, next one.
Another model.
Okay.
Another model.
Okay.
We'll go from that one at the back here.
This one?
Yeah. Another model. And 1 wound.
Okay. All right, so damage certainly coming through. Feel no pain. I'd say preventing that unit from being wiped out is really very helpful indeed. That's firepower from him. We'll press on with the rest of the firepower. All right, so shooting here for the Thousand Suns, it's been blistering from them. Psychic weapons causing a lot of damage. So firepower from these Terminators single-handedly took out all the Jackals and Buggy. Target destroyed. Auto pistols, rarely used, took out 2 of the Neophytes.
Yep.
Okay. Terminators, no action from them. Firepower across here was split. All the flaming weapons went across and totally destroyed the unit in character. A little bit annoying, so I wanted to charge the remnants of them to get around onto the objective, but that's not going to happen now. Magnus the Red's firepower, as we saw, was dangerous enough. But then psychic attacks, Warp Smite, Astral Blast, and then a Soul Reaper cannon firing across here. Heavy damage. Astral Blast, I got 6 hits coming through. D3 damage each time. It really started to knock the aberrants down. So a real good cleanse across here. That is shooting phase finished. We're going to charges. Some key charges here for the Thousand Suns as they try and bounce back. So 8-inch charge across here. 7. And then I'll come on, rear. I'd love that charge to go ahead, please. It does on a 9. All right, so you can just head down the road and straight into the side of him. Done. All right. Next charge. We're all up here, just straight up charge. Terminators going through the ruin. They're all well enough. A 9. Yeah, I think they're going to sieve their way through so they can push through onto their objective. That's a good turn up for the Thousand Suns for sure. So Magnus goes in, tried an extreme charge with the cultists. They didn't want to go. No charge from them, but main charge is going ahead, plus a bonus one with the Terminators. We're going to combat resolution next. So combat's resolved. Target destroyed across here. 1 wound left. Couldn't quite get the last wound off the Ridge Runner. Tactically quite useful because as long as you pass morale, JP will hold the central objective. And then destroying the aberrants. But 2+ to resurrect, he did, and he's resurrected here after we nudged in to regain control of that objective. So turn finished. Give you an update on the score here. So end of turn, not good for the Thousand Suns. They're trying to set themselves up though for future turns. Just 3 points for primaries. Defend strongholds currently being completed, and then we're going to cling on to sabotage. It's quite potent if we can kick it off next turn. So end of turn takes us to 16 points to 25. The Genestealer Cults now, the loss of the home objective, only 3 points will come through for primaries. We'll go on to their turn 4 next. This is going to be close enough, this battle. Right, turn 4 for the Genestealer Cults. Cards in play is Bring It Down and Extend Battle Lines. Tricky because you need to anchor the home objective for that one. So Aberrant's not going to move. They want to march into Overwatch, and tactically the better option is to charge into these, clear them, and reclaim this objective. 3 points coming through for primaries for the control of that objective. Did you pass Battle Shock on the...
Yes.
Did? Okay, so the vehicle's okay, picked up the points for that, and then has backed out of close combat. If he stays, I could destroy him and then nudge in range. Poised and ready to charge. Smaller model, but he packs a mean punch. We'll see how he gets on. Tempted to go into Magnus, I think. Movement finished. We'll go on to shooting phase next. So I want to capture this fight. Interesting. Who does this guy think he is? Here we go.
4 attacks basic, +1 for the detachment. Charge it.
Yeah, I'm going to 0 CP ability on him to try and protect him.
Okay. Not leading a unit, so that won't explode.
Okay.
Sorry, it's +1 to wound I mentioned before.
Right.
So strip 12.
Wow. Toughness 11. +1 to wound 2s.
2s.
They will go through. No devastating shenanigans or anything like that?
Nope. -2.
-2. So go to 4+ invulnerable save. We'll just try and block these. We block them all. We block them all. Okay. Opportunity was there, but it's been blocked. We'll press on. So no shooting phase, by the way. We press straight onto charges. Charge went ahead. Charge went ahead. That's been resolved. Just this combat here to do. So combat resolved across here, surprisingly, because it's damage 2. Terminator's able to... I rolled a lot of 4s for invuln saves. We survived, losing 2 models, 1 wound left on another. Attack back and kill 1 aberrant in return. End of turn, give an update on the score. So end of turn, we resolve this combat and target destroyed here by Magnus the Red. Just 3 points coming through for primaries. Nothing for secondaries. Both cards have been dumped. 28 points. Genestealer Cults still in the lead. 28 points to 16. Although Thousand Suns, I reckon, about to pick up a heap of points here as they are positioned on the home objective. That objective across there. Each of those were 5. 3 here, so a nice lot of points about to come through for them. They may well be tipping the battle in their favour. We'll go on to turn 4 for them next. Alright, so we've gone into turn 4 and then rounded off the game here. We've pushed ahead and just actually concluded the battle. It's an avalanche of points for the Thousand Suns at the end of the game. So turn 4, start of the turn, add 3 points to home objective. Objective over there would give us 13. Then it was no prisoners, destroyed the buggy for 2 points. Defend Stronghold was achieved at the end of JP's turn as well. And then we rolled on to JP's turn. 3 points would have been picked up here. No prisoners was drawn. He would have gone around and destroyed these, no problem. So a grand total of 33 points for the Genestealer Cults. And then the Thousand Suns on their last turn. 18 points for primaries. 6 points for sabotage, which would have been completed, and then 5 points for extend battle lines or secure no man's land coming through as well, taking us to 63 points. Didn't see that result coming. I thought we were crippled at the very, very start of the game. Our screen was removed skillfully. I had 2 exceptionally nasty units charged into close combat. I think we rolled a bit above average to keep those units alive, kept them alive with the help of Magnus the Red, started to steer the game back in our favour, but Genestealer Cult units turning up all over the place. Very, very dangerous aberrant units on the board. But in the end, Thousand Suns done just enough to tip the game in their favour, and then an avalanche of points coming through at the end of the battle. What a contest it's been between these two sides. Very interesting game. Really interesting fights taking place all over the board, which is makes for a great fun game, and a credit to 10th edition as well. We often see play spread all the way around the table. Great to see Genestealer Cults on the channel as well. And a big thanks to JP for coming down and commanding the force here in this game. Units of the battle next. And then big shout out to silver level supporters. That's Dumpy Grimbo, Brian Nielsen for their support on Patreon at silver level. So units of the game for both sides. Contenders for both armies. It's aberrants for sure, and JP is going to give it to the original unit that started the game on the board, moved out, charged in, horrific damage, and then just kept chipping away and sucking the Thousand Suns in. For the Thousand Suns, I'm going to give it to Magnus the Red. I mean, he helped every turn of the game. He helped kick out a serious amount of damage against whatever target, mostly against the aberrants. He helped to re-secure the home objective, helped to take the middle, helped to destroy targets with long-range firepower and so on. So I'm going to give it to him. He really has transformed this Thousand Suns force. Honourable mentions, it goes to him, but honourable mention to the Rubik Marines for their survival. They're rallying and then they're helping to move out to different objectives and so on. So that's units of the game for both sides. Keep a lookout for more battle reports on the channel. Thanks for watching. Tune in next time.